Hey y'all, welcome to Apron Strings. I've got a lot of sourdough, and let me tell you, the starter, and it is bubbling and so good. What I've done, I've just left it out on the counter, and if I'm not making bread that day, I just add a little bit of flour and water to it and stir it up, and it just keeps it eating and bubbling. Look how bubbly this is. Can you see? It's wonderful. And so I've been researching online different sourdough recipes, because sourdough bread's good for you because the fermentation in the starter, the digestive action for the bread has already begun, so it's better for your insides. So I like to watch Lisa at Farmhouse on Boone. I don't know how anybody can do everything she does and have all those children and everything is just perfect. But anyhow, she is an inspiration. But I'm going to make her sourdough English muffins. And so when you're going to make them, you have to start the first part of it 12 to 24 hours before you want to make English muffins to eat. So I'm going to get my first part done and let it rise and do its thing till in the morning. Then we'll come back and finish them. Okay, y'all, all we have to do to get this part done is to have a half a cup of active fed starter. So I'm going to put my starter in my bowl here. Man, I like it when it has all those bubbles in it. It makes me happy. It's happy and I'm happy. And you need 1 cup of warm water. And I'm just going to kind of stir that around a little bit. Then you want to put in 2 cups of flour. And I'm using an organic all-purpose flour that I get at Costco. I really like the flour. Sure has gone up a lot since I first started buying it, so I'm not sure how much longer I'll be buying it. Might not be available to buy. But anyway, you want to mix that around real good till all your dry ingredients and your wet ingredients have married and got happy together. Then we're going to see if they can live together for 24 hours or 12. I'm pretty sure I'm going to make these in the morning, so for one thing, tomorrow's Saturday and I want y'all to have a video. And another thing, I want some of these English muffins and see how they turn out. So let me see. Oh shucks. I almost done it. I got this whisk at Goodwill, and it's real sturdy and I like it. I should have used the Swedish dough hook though, because now I'm having to pick all the stuff out of it. All we have to do now is get all this off my hands and in this bowl and kind of stir it a little bit more, and then I'm just going to cover it with a towel and let it sit on the counter to ferment some more. And then in the morning we'll come back and we'll make English muffins. Alright, I'll see y'all in the morning. Have a good evening. Okay, I'm just going to show y'all what it looks like. This is just a shaggy hunk of dough. And so I'm just going to let it sit on the counter and put a kitchen towel over it and let it sit out till in the morning. It's about 8 o'clock here on Friday night. So Saturday morning, 8 or 9 or 10, I'll see what it's looking like and I'll show you. And then we'll make our English muffins and get them baked. And I'll run to town and upload this video where y'all have it sometime Saturday. Good morning, y'all. Our English muffin dough has been sitting out on the counter for about 14 hours. And it was way down in the bottom of the bowl. And now it's risen just like a sourdough dough would do. And what you do now is add a tablespoon of honey, a teaspoon of soda, and a teaspoon of salt. And my honey is kind of crystallized on me here. And then I've got my skillet heating. You have to get that honey off your finger one way or another, and that's the best way I know. Okay, I'm going to sprinkle in my salt and my baking soda. And I'm just going to take my spatula and work this in good. And I'll know when that honey's all through there because I don't think it's going to all melt for me. This blue Pyrex bowl, when April was a little girl and she'd get some money and it was Christmas, my birthday, she'd always get me something for the kitchen because she knew that's what I liked. And she bought me this set of 3 blue Pyrex. And I'm telling you, she was probably 8 years old and she's 45, so. Okay, I've put 3 of them in there and I'm just using vegetable oil, and I've got it on a medium-high heat because I want them to cook in the middle as well. And Lisa did say that if your dough just gets real flat like a pancake, add a little more flour to it because you want them to be a little bit thick enough that you can kind of slice them. And she did say that they have a tendency to cook on the outside more than the inside, so if you get them done and they're a little bit raw in the middle, just put them in the oven on 350 for a little bit and they'll finish cooking. But I'm hoping this will work for me. I want new ways to use my sourdough. And she said another thing is you don't want to flip them but one time if you can help it. So get them separated here. I did good. I put some chicken in the crock pot last night with some vegetables. I got these ready for breakfast, so we're going to have a pretty easy day around here today. I would say that one was ready to flip. Maybe I've got my fire too hot. I don't know. Get under there. I guess I needed to put fewer in here and less heat. They're getting a little brown, aren't they? Let me cut it down some. Maybe scoot it off the heat for a minute and let it cool. It'll keep cooking because you know how cast iron is. They don't have to look real pretty. They just have to taste real pretty. We got a special week coming up. April's birthday is this coming week. Lauren starts back to college. We just got several things going on. And I'm anxious, so anxious to plant my fall garden. I've ordered seed and I've been out this morning working. I usually go out in the mornings, work till it gets hot, but it's been raining, so it's kind of messy. Not a lot I can do. But I sure am wanting to. Okay, maybe it's cooled down enough that I can finish cooking these, and then I'll bring y'all back when I put some more in the skillet. Those are done in the middle. I'll show y'all in a minute what they look like, but right now I'm going to get some more down in here. And I'm going to put 3, I think, this time. Turn that fire down. I think I'm making mine bigger than she did, because she said you'd get about 12. I guess in Texas everything's bigger. Okay, I'm going to pull it off again because it's smoking and I don't want them to burn on the bottom. Y'all have one of these little things that goes on your iron skillet, little pot holder? They sure are handy. Do any of y'all have trouble with armadillos rooting in your yard? And if you do, what method or what can I use to put in a trap to catch them? I am getting weary with them chewing in my beds. They always want to get right by the roots on my rosemary and my hydrangeas. And I don't want them destroying them. I don't like them. If they are a Texas animal, probably protected. They probably know that. That little old nose, I think they could root through a brick. And they mess up everything. I go out there and have to redo the pea gravel because they've dug little holes all in it. So if y'all know something that I could put down, we've got to catch him a live trap, but I don't know what to put in there to make him go in it. I've never used one of them. When these are done, I'll bring y'all back and we'll open one up, put some butter on it, and put something on it, taste of it. Here's what they look like. See the crumb on them? Now, they're not as coarse as your bought English muffins. To me, the texture on them is more like a pancake. But let me just give you some ideas of what you can do with them. I've got them sliced open and buttered. I could have toasted this and cooked me a over easy egg, put on the top of it. I could have scrambled eggs and put a piece of cheese and had a breakfast sandwich. I could shred some of that chicken that I cooked in the crock pot last night because it was a Southwest chicken, flavored chicken breast, and I could have a sandwich out of it. I could put maple syrup on it, sprinkle a little bit of powdered sugar and make it look a little prettier, crumble me some crisply fried bacon up on it, and oh my goodness, that would be good. So there's a lot that you can do with these. You can use them just like a regular biscuit at breakfast or dinner or supper. But I'm real impressed with the flavor and that I'm using sourdough because it's good for you and it's something new for me. So if y'all are sourdough people, you know, if you have any ideas of things you do with yours, shoot me an email, comment down below. And if you'd like to see me try more stuff with sourdough, let me know in the comments below. Now another thing, I make a sourdough bread out of potato flakes. That's what's in the starter. And I'm fixing to get me another starter of that going. Are y'all interested in me doing a video of how to make that sourdough starter with the potato flakes? You feed it water, sugar, and potato flakes. I think's what you feed it. I'll have to get the recipe out. But it's easy. You feed it tonight. You mix your bread up in the morning. You make it into loaves tomorrow night and you bake it the next morning. It's 12-hour increments. And you need to use it at least every 3 days. So it makes a really, it doesn't make a real fluffy cake, bread, but the flavor is unique. So I am going to get that one going too. And so if y'all are interested in it, well, let me know. And if enough of you want to see how to do that and maybe make your own as I make mine, we'll do a video on that. I am going to try to get this video uploaded where maybe if y'all are sourdough makers, you might want to make this for Sunday breakfast. They're very tasty. I've already got me one over here that I buttered with some Kerrygold butter and done got me a bite of it, but I think I need this other bite. That it just talks to you when you squeeze it because it's got a lot of butter on it. That's so good. That's good. Y'all need to make you some. I'm thinking about bottling some of my, because other people sell their sourdough starter. It'll get there in time, you know, as the weather cools down, especially, that you can just feed it and keep it going. So I may start selling some of the starter. I've got it real good and bubbly now. I'm just real proud of my starter. But I'm just still thinking about that. If you'd be interested, you might comment on that, and then I'll know whether I need to get serious about it or not. The good Lord bless and keep y'all. I'm going to get over there to my laptop and get this edited and uploaded where y'all can make you some English muffins for breakfast tomorrow, and think up something else to do for you for next week. And since it's Saturday, I might just kind of float around and do this and that and take a deep breath and be ready to have a wonderful Sunday tomorrow, visiting with the good Lord. And then My girl and her kids are coming up, and we're going to make sushi. Lauren loves sushi. So we're going to make some sushi tomorrow after Sunday school. We have Sunday school from 10 to 11, and then at 11:15 we start our worship service, and then after that is over, we don't have a night service. So they come up after that's over, and we can do whatever we want to till we get ready to quit and go to bed. The Lord bless and keep y'all. Run to the store and get you a few little extra things if you got some money left over this week, because next week your money not going to be worth what it's worth this week. So prices are going up, wages aren't. Stock your pantry, be prepared. We never know what we're looking at. Don't forget your spices. If you use cinnamon in a lot of stuff, get you some extra cinnamon, garlic, onion powder. I have plenty of that. Oregano, Italian seasoning, your chili powder. The winter's coming. Big old pot of chili feed a lot of people. So your leavening, your yeast, baking powders, and soda. Think about things like that you're going to need, because it's just going to get more and more expensive. And it may not even be available. I had flipped the radio on, which I don't listen to the news. And one of the talk shows, he was talking, and he said early next year that they're expecting to be a great food shortage. Now, you know as well as I do, when they start putting stuff like that in the news, they make it happen. They're just putting their feelers out to get you ready. They're programming you. And a lot of people aren't listening to the program, and they're not getting anything ahead while they can. You better get you some stuff ahead. I also saw where they said beef may go to $50 a pound. Well, I guess we'll have to turn into hunters then. But just be aware of what's going on in the news. Be aware, because what's in the news isn't the worst part of it. The worst part's what they're not telling us. They got a plan. Those in charge, and there's nothing we can do about it, but we can have a plan for our little group that we have in our circle, and we can take care of them. I'll see y'all in a day or two with something good.